All right, first donation of 2019, UCLA Blood and Platelet Center over in Gailey. So one of the resolutions that I had from last year is to go for 24 donations. That is, I think, the only one I fully did. Everything else, kind of like was more guidelines than anything else. And there's certainly I'm going to go for 24 this year. That's just the thing. But here's the question. So if I know once I know that I can complete something, am I really challenged? Am I still equally challenged by that? I think people just usually challenge themselves to things that they know they can do, or they already have done. And the question is, is to what extent is that a challenge? So, if you've never donated blood, if you've never donated platelets, if you've never done anything like that, take the time this year, one time, twice, whatever. Come seasonally, every 57 days for blood?
56 days.
56 days for blood. Every about, I think, 7 or 8 for platelets, but you can only do 24 a year. Challenge yourself to do that. If you have a fear of needles, there's your challenge. Challenge yourself to not be afraid of needles. You can look away. You can look at it. You can confront it. Or you can just, okay. I had a fear of needles that I believe was, manifested. People talk about words having power, and I think that I needed a fear of something. I felt it would be either funny or more dramatic or something. This was I think at high school they were doing a donation. I think we did it a senior year, and I think that went well. But I just created a bigger thing about I'm afraid, no needles or whatever, unnecessarily. Especially if you have good phlebotomists, which is why I will always recommend places like UCLA, places like Sloan Kettering, places like Atlanta Blood Center, places that are associated with an oncology or with a major hospital that is not just a blood bank. My experience personally, blood banks is just, it's processing plants. It's so funny. It's, somebody was telling me a story that they told one of their, I think their cousin or their brother, where's Yohai today? Oh yeah, he's over donating platelets. And their immediate response is what is he, a hobo? First of all, I love the use of the word hobo, because how often do you hear the word hobo? But that takes it back in the day when hobos, transients, people who just pass from town to town will go to the local blood bank, they donate blood or platelets, they get their $50 or whatever, then they move on to the next town. It's what is he, a hobo? And no, when that person was told where I donate, he donates at UCLA. He's oh yeah, he's a good guy. And that's my point. I know where this is going, and I'm not trying. I don't care what people do. Go have elective surgeries. Go have this. Go have that. Whatever you need to do, go get it done. But this is for emergencies. These are for people who absolutely life-threatening need it. It will save their life. Anyway, so first donation of 2019, maybe try to go have one for 2019, maybe add that to your resolutions, especially if you're afraid of needles. Challenge yourself for one donation, challenge yourself for 2. If you did 1 last year, go for 2, go for 3. I will see you back here in about, anywhere between 7 to 8 days, but probably in about 2 weeks. Usually let the hemoglobin come back up. Have a good weekend and happy 2019.